Alright, welcome to the weekend ranked video. I'm going to be using the zombie death deck that I talked about in my last deck video. But over the 25 games, I'm going to actually be editing it in real time and taking cards away, adding new ones where I think they should be. Kind of just feeling it out. The deck isn't 100% completed, which is why I'm doing it now. Normally you want to have a deck 100% completed if you're going to bring it into weekend ranked. But in my case, I think it's a great time to test your deck to see how good it really is when people aren't throwing games or making it easier on you, or trying to D-rank for weekend. So in this video, you're going to see my thought process behind how I actually build a deck, how I decide which cards to remove, which cards to add, and the reason behind each thing. And at the end of it, you're going to see, the results on the entire weekend. So we're starting in Ethereal Diamond on the bottom here. For the weekend ranked, we're going to be using the zombie deck. I'm just going to check in every once in a while, show you the highlight games, and then we'll see how good it does over the weekend ranked. If we actually can climb to Mythic during the weekend, that would be awesome. If not, we'll just see if we can get as many wins as we can in Diamond. Okay, just because Geodex is down, I have to actually show you on here what I'm starting with instead of Geodex. So basically what I did is, from the last one, I took away the Veteran Cataphract and I replaced it with this Corpse Explosion. I'm just testing it out to see whether or not I can basically use this to wipe the zombies, and then as a finishing card to just get the last of the health off the opponent. The other changes I made was I added another old ritual. I put it in this nether warp. I'm not sure exactly if this is going to be great or not, but the reason behind that is because I was running into a problem with the old version where I couldn't really deal with anything with armor. So this is at least can kill take away someone that has a bunch of armor on it and just turn it into something else. Also, the old ritual will help with things that have armor because it has just a 6/6, which can cut through a lot of things. Finally, what else did we change here? I added this living container, and I took the Inspirator away and replaced it with this. And for the 1-drops, everything looks like this. I basically took away the 2 Brimstones and replaced them with the other cards so I can get more utility in the deck to deal with armor. With that, let's get started with the first games. Okay, here we are in game 1. Gonna go with the Soul Burn, of course. This deck is a frenzy deck. Okay, so this is one of the new cards I actually replaced, or I put into here. I replaced the Inspirator with the Living Container. It's going to be interesting to see how that works. Okay, good. We got the Necroceptor on turn 1. During the mulligan, I mean. Now, what do we keep? Now, I think this is a pretty good setup. Nice. Blight Bomb is absolutely perfect for this. And I think, do we control the board here? Alright, so the next turn the plan is to use these two to take out the Axe Woman if we can. And then we're going to be able to pull that creature. It's going to be absolutely massive for turn 3. Okay, we got to take care of this Rabid Bear, actually. What do we do? I mean, this actually should work. We can Necroceptor, do the same plan. We kill these 2. take care of that axe woman. And then basically we can actually still get off that Necroscepter. So this deck does really well against these confused creatures because if they miss and hit face, then we can just leech anyways, and it was just a complete waste for them. Okay, so he's got a 5/5 confused Cyclops. If your friends are game +1/1. All right, so we actually have to deal with that. So that's going to be 1, 2. We're going to fill up the board here, which means we can actually, we should take care of this because we're going to fill up the board anyways. So all right, so we're really needing some kind of, we're looking for a card draw here. Happen to get a lot of low mana cards. Whoa. Ooh, that's a good pickup. I actually added another old ritual to this deck, so this is the first time trying that out. It just does so well because it's a 4-drop. You get to use your creature, like your zombie there, and then you get to turn it into a 6/6 after you've already hit face with it. So it's pretty good for a 4-drop 6/6. So basically, we need to rush to get this Bronze Servant if we can. It seems okay. He's going to be able to pick it up. That's unfortunate. Yeah. So we lose our scepter. Oh wow. Okay. So this is the Corpse Explosion, which is absolutely massive. Potentially a game ender here. So we're going to keep that in their back pocket. I mean, we got to just take care of that. That's for sure. And then we can actually... So if I throw that down, it'll be 6 damage to face for him, which will bring him down to 18. It'll give me plus. Oh yeah, so, and then plus this nether, that's gonna be another 9. So that brings it down to 15. So yeah, it'll be down to 9 in that case. Let me see if I should get anything here. I'm gonna get 2 zombies. That was kind of poorly played. But now we have this massive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nethers. Wow, he got really lucky with that one. Yeah, I think we misplayed this. We're running out of steam here. Well, that's going to help a lot. And we're actually going to want to drop this, then this guy, the Wiccan Trapper, and then we can hit face to get a frenzy off. Now we can fill up our board again. So if we can just get this corpse explosion off, we are so close. Picking up that rune of fire. Okay, so let's see how much damage we can do. Alright, great. So 1, 2, 3 nethers. That's 9, so that brings him down to 8. And then that's 6, 5, 4. So we're 4 damage away. We're so close. 4, and then 3 ping, so 3 damage away. If we can just get this, so that's... We'll start with this. I mean, we gotta hit face. We're just trying to go as fast as possible now. Do we just do it now? Or drop the Guild Enforcer? The problem is if he has something to remove the Guild Enforcer and then he takes out all our zombies, then the corpse explosion just won't finish off. Do we take the risk now? Because we can do 9 damage to face. It's so close. We'll fill up our zombies again. That'll bring him down to 3 damage, which means we just need that rune. But let's just drop the Guild Enforcer. This could be a mistake. I think we should have dropped the corpse explosion. That sucks. Yeah, whatever. That was such a bad mistake. Yeah, so that game was a total misplay. I could have used the corpse explosion instead of the Guild Enforcer, and that would have probably won the game. So that's just a learning experience. So yeah, keep that in mind for next time. Game 2. So we're 0 for 1 right now against another nature deck. All right, let's go searching for that 1, 2 drop. Let's go searching for that scepter. You really want to get that early on the mulligan stage. I'm thinking about putting in one of those special characters in my name, like this guy does, because it just gives you such an advantage. All right, nice. We picked up that Necroceptor. Because basically, like, if someone puts this special character in there, then I know that they know about, like, you know, looking at other people's decks. So this guy's probably looking at my deck right now, whereas I don't look at other people's decks. So I might as well just put special characters in my name. I don't know. I think you might actually notice bit of a difference there. Let me see. So I should probably just end up dropping. What do I do here? Do I drop the obelisk? Nah, I'm gonna drop the necroceptor. There's no removal in the sanctum right now, which is great. So unless he's running something with removal, then we're pretty good here. Alright, so we're gonna get frenzied and then 2/2/2s on board, so now we're looking great. As long as he has no removal, we're still looking really good here. So instantly start thinking, okay, what do we need anything from here? Will any of this really help us? And if the answer is no, then I would say, you know, with this deck especially, just don't bother picking up anything here. Let him be the first to grab something from the sanctum, because then if he grabs something first, we have the first opportunity to pick up the next thing in case it's a removal. All right, so we can get another swarm here, or we can start filling up the board with zombies, which I think might as well do that. Just start overwhelming them with zombies. So we're gonna get 2 from here, 1 from there. That's 3. So that means we can actually go face here and then start filling up the board. Yeah, so with this deck especially, always keep track of how many creatures you have on the board. So, because it's easy to, like, there's only 6 allowed on at once, so it's easily to forget that. And then if you have this obelisk and the necroceptor running, you can easily, like, waste a space and have one not actually spawn in. And if that's the case, then you want to, like, you know, use one of these on a creature instead. Okay. So we want to get rid of that stag for sure. Alright, so we have massive amounts of zombies. What are we going to do here? So we're going to get 3 at the end of the turn for sure. Which means we only want to keep the obelisk and 2 other zombies, which means 2 of these can be sacrificed. So for sure we're gonna go like this, this. And then we can old ritual 1 and get some more damage out to face. So basically, the regen does really well against the zombies because if a zombie comes in at 1/1, then he can like infinitely keep killing them off and regenning. Um, so you have to make the decision whether you're going to deal with the regen creature or if you're just going to keep hitting face. The nice thing is though is that it's this one and this one are confused, so that allows us to take hitting face as more of an option than we normally would. Let's go. So basically, we want to only have 3 on board at the end of it, and we might as well just keep hitting face. It's pretty hard to say no to 6 damage to face. And then we can old ritual this as well, and then basically this is gonna stop him from having that 8 damage spell that goes randomly against your creatures. It's going to do pretty poorly against this setup. So, and then we can just keep getting him lower. Now we have enough favor that in case any board or relic removal comes up here, then we can really scoop it up off the board. So we're hoping that he buys something, and then first we're just going to leave everything else in the sanctum for him to scoop up. The only time you can start thinking about grabbing something from the sanctum is if you have like enough to buy 2 things from the sanctum, but even then you're kind of taking a gamble. So like only do that if he doesn't have enough favor to pick up a relic removal. So if he has like 0 favor and you have double favor, then you can pick up something from the sanctum, because you don't want to give him the first chance to buy something with relic removal. See that these confused do really poorly against this deck because he just wasted a whole blitz on a 1/1 zombie there. Oh, he does have overkill though. That's pretty massive. Okay, jeez. So we got to deal with that. Yeah. So we can get a Hallowed Keeper. We probably going to want to deal with this overkill with Blitz. I mean, that's just absolutely massive. But then again, we can get him down to 3. Yeah, this is tough. What do we do here? We can get him down to 2 health this turn, which means actually then we can... Oh no, we have lethal. Always look for lethal. See, it's easy to get scared of that one creature there, but always look for lethal. Alright, so now we are 1 for 2. Getting a better feel for this deck. Okay, so that's 2 games done now. I'm going to go play a few more, feel out the deck, see if I want to make any changes, and then I'll come back and update you in case I do make a change or 2 in the deck. Alright, I'm coming in with the first update. We've played 12 games so far and won 7 of them. And GU Dex is still down, so I have to do everything from in here as still and manually keep track. But the first change is coming into the deck. So basically I got rid of the living container. It's just way too slow. You don't actually end up getting the 2/2 until after the creature comes back on the board. So really this is only good with a lot of creatures that have good afterlives. But basically we're replacing it with the Manosian Infiltrator. The reason for putting this in is because we come against a lot of nature decks, and the Marshwalker really destroys our zombies, especially because it has the regen, and it's a 1/4, so it's perfect for taking out zombies. So the Manosian is going to take care of that, hopefully. It also will help deal with things like the Skeleton Heavy, and there's just a ton of things, and this is just such a good utility card for a 2-drop. So I'm going to be popping that in instead of the living container and seeing how we go from there. And the second change I'm going to be making is taking away this Nether Warp because it's just too powerful. It's made for enemy creatures, and turning that into a 3/3 Nether Beast is just too powerful. And also turning one of ours into a 3/3 Nether Beast is just not worth 4 mana. So it's honestly, I can't really find a use case for that. And what I'm just going to do, because I'm having trouble with some of these regen creatures. And so I'm going to put a Hunter Warden because we basically just need something with some good stats here. And a 3/4 is just really good for taking out a lot of things in the nature decks. And right now we're really struggling with some of these nature decks. So I'm going to go try this out again and then report back. Alright, so we're in the second last game. I just made one small tweak, which was to take away one of the rituals. And that's it. Other than that, everything's the same, so... So that card's really nice because, like if they have a spell like that, and you can still play something like the Curse Obelisk, or if you have the Necroceptor, and because that one has a afterlife, you still get to get that Frenzy on the turn 2. Because if we would have just played the Undead Roach there, then he would have killed it, and then we would have been able to play this, but it would have been non-frenzied. So. And now we have 3 zombies on the board, looking pretty good. If he has AoE though, then that's not a good situation. But we'll still have this uncontested Rhino if he does have the AoE. So he doesn't really have many answers here to get him out of the situation. Especially considering we can just play another Decaying Rhino next turn, so... Yep, that doesn't really help him.
Let's make them suffer.
And he's extremely far away from a tornado, so... Okay, so would anything in the Sanctum help him right now? Not really. This Valka's Discovery actually has become a little bit of a nuisance because it removes the backline from the obelisk, so you just got to keep an eye on that as well. But other than that, we don't need anything from the Sanctum right now. We might get a Necroceptor, so we don't want to take anything yet. But in the case where you don't have your Necroceptor on yet, then you can actually use the Sanctum a little bit more than you would otherwise with this deck. Oof. Alright, so good thing we... didn't spend anything, because now we actually are able to take that out. That's why you don't want to buy anything from the Sanctum until it's like completely necessary, so you know exactly what card you need. And okay, let's see. So the only thing I'm really worried about is turn 7 tornado, but we're like extremely far away from turn 7, so he's just like having a really slow time right now. Okay. Alright, we still don't have the Necroceptor, so I'm just gonna pick this up anyways. If I drop that down, then just puts another body on the board. And if he has like a 1 damage AoE, then we can still like have something on the board next turn. Frontline armor can't attack. Okay, so these are really annoying for us. What do we do here? That is extremely annoying. I mean, in this case, we always have this Backblood Blast we can rely on, so if we need it, we might as well not waste anything into here. Probably going to use this. Because this will only do 3, so that'll actually only do 3 damage on there. Yeah, that kind of sucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what we maybe could do is try to find a nice card here. So we're going to just kill off a... What should we kill off? Kill off this guy and then we'll get him back in hand at least. And now let's draw a card. Alright, that doesn't help us at all. But at least we got the Undead Roach back in hand, so when we do our Black Blood Blast, then... Alright, so hopefully he plays something big here, and then we get full value from this. Damn, that's a good card. Okay. Do we just go for a reset? Kind of sucks. I mean, these two both can attack, so like, there's really, I don't know if there's a point in resetting it yet. I don't think, no, because we might as well wait for him to drop some more stuff down. We're not going to be getting any damage to face anyway, since both of these can attack. So there's no point in using it now. What I will do though is...
I'm running out of time.
I'll just hand it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're still good. Gotta remember, I think you can only hold 8 cards in hand, so just always keep an eye on that. Let's just hope he overcommits here. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we're going to get a lot of value here now. And then we're actually going to be able to have a body on board as well. Which is the Undead Roach. So that was just a nice reset. Yeah, so basically that was just something a little note to make too. Like, you don't need to rush to wipe the board. When you know you have a board wipe, you can just like wait for the right moment, especially if they have 2 characters that can attack. And in a lot of cases, you know, that you're relying on that to reset. So just basically, yeah, be careful with putting it out too early. Okay. So we have 14 in the Nether, which means the Hallowed Keeper will be absolutely massive. It'll be a 10-7, which pretty much, if he doesn't have an answer for it, then that guarantees us a win. Or what we can do is 7, so we can put a Fickle Cambion with a Town Guardian. We have options here. I mean, that front line is a bit annoying. What could we do? So he's got 5 damage. So the problem is if I drop this, the next turn the front line is still an issue. And then we just waste the whole turn with this one. So I'm going to have to look for another option. 3, so 7, we have 7. I'm thinking we do 1, 2, 5. I think we get some zombies on deck. And basically, we're going to want to get rid of that Valka's Discovery because we don't want him to get rid of this backline. So this is just a steel pick. And we're going to want that Bronze Servant as well, actually, for our Scepter. But, yeah. This one's been giving me troubles this weekend. Now we just wasted a favor. Okay. But at least we have a little bit of AoE. Even though it probably just harms us more than him. Nice. Okay, so he should have actually took out the Manosian with this young Manaborn. But now that gives us the opportunity to get back in the game here. So what I'm thinking is we take out... This is just really good because it'll allow us to keep the Manosian. So it's... And then actually we can drop this guy now so we can build up its health. So basically, this is the Town Guardian is what I replaced one of the rituals with, because I felt like 2 of them was a little bit too much. It's pretty situational, whereas this one actually, like for example, in that scenario, you know, it just gives you such a good trade. Yeah, so the Town Guardian is really, really helpful. Okay, so now we can start to look at maybe dropping the Hallowed Keeper. I think we're ready because we can take care of the front line. Unless there's something else. Can also do Judge Envoy. It also has 7 health. But if he doesn't have an answer for this one, then it's game over next turn. So I think it's the best play. Alright, so he could have a Ratify here. That would really suck. He could have, what else could he have? That. But that did cost him a lot of mana, so we do have a huge card advantage here. This is a great time to get this in there. Can throw on a Wild Hog. We don't want to overcommit, just in case he's got a tornado. But even with a tornado, he could only... Oh, wow. That sucks. Do we... Actually, no, we have a Ray of Disintegration. Nice. Alright, so... That's it. Okay, final game. Game 25. I did it all in one sitting, so... It's been a bit long, but I wasn't able to play for the earlier part of the weekend, so I have to squeeze it all into Sunday night. Okay, we have a really bad starting hand. Yikes.
Good luck.
Well, we'll just drop the Roach. Cloud protected. Your opponent's got reduce a random highest mana card creature in your hand by 1. I guess it's probably worth just killing this with the Blight Bomb. Yeah, of course it is. And do we waste the Minosian? We'll just get the Minosian on board. We have a huge stacked board already. Turn 3. It's looking really good for us. Yeah, those Blight Bombs are just insane. The fact that they just... Yeah, they're just like... 1 mana I think is just a little bit too cheap for that. I think it maybe should be a 2 mana spell. Just a little bit overpowered. Because it's basically like a... it's a guaranteed card that goes in your deck. And usually in card games you don't want to have cards that are guaranteed in the deck because... that usually means that they're overpowered. Alright, so it was looking really good for us. Do we need anything from here? Might want to pick up the Bronze Servant, actually. It helps us, and he's going to have weapons that he's going to be using as well, so... And then we'll just throw it back to him. He seems to have, like, a really hard time this game. I think he might just give up. We had a really good turn 1 and 2, and if he missed his turn 1, so it's gonna be hard for him to come back from that. That was really good value.
Let's make them suffer.
Alright, we got an empty board with another Swarm Lord. Pretty good. And we're a turn away from Hallowed Keeper. Although we only have 4 things in the void. Well, now 5, I guess. What the? That was an insanely good drop. Yeah, what do we do here? What do we do here? This will be a 6/7. I think we might actually need it though. All right. So basically we chose that because we didn't want him to get the form power, so we increased everything in the Sanctum price. Do we ping here? He is getting low, so we might as well go for it. So basically what my thought process there was potentially to drop the Black Blood Blast next turn if he overcommits here. I would like to get the Hallowed Keeper down, but... So he's got Blitz, alright.
My turn.
We can drop a Hallowed Keeper. It would take both of his creatures to take it out. What do we do here? Or we can drop the Rhino and hope that he overcommits. We'll drop this. We're a little bit A little bit in a bad situation here.
Who's gonna clean up that mess?
All right. This actually might be good for us. So basically, because we get a random creature from our void with the Pyramid Warden, potentially the Black Blood Blast will get us back into the game. But then again, it does take us extremely low. So the other option is, actually no, I think that's it. That's the only game. That's the only play right here.
That's enough for now.
Okay, that was an extremely bad card to get. And we'll go for the Wiccan Trapper. Just get another body on board.
My turn.
All right, game face. Smoking.
Yeah, we got. That's the thing about this deck is if you don't pick up a Necroceptor early on, it kind of really sucks. And yeah, we still have 18 cards left, so. Demigoron. Okay.
Let's make them suffer.
Hopefully we can pick up that Rune of Life. I don't know. I think this might be over. What a comeback. Okay. Yeah, I guess we just got outplayed there. Alright, that was it for the weekend ranked. We went 13 out of 25. We started in Diamond, ended in Diamond, so nothing spectacular. But we can't complain. Especially considering that our deck wasn't even completed when we came into the whole thing. So, just a quick rundown. Do I think this deck is viable in the higher levels? Probably not. It's just countered by too many things. Armor completely destroys it. Even one armor stops all your zombies. Regen, there's a really popular nature regen deck right now. And basically, if someone has regen, then they can just infinitely kill your zombies and they don't even end up damaging them at all. And also, if anybody runs any kind of durability remover, that also destroys this deck. So it's fun to play, but there's just too many things in the meta that counter right now. So if you're looking to really make it to the top or get far in Mythic, then I would say that this is maybe only for lower level play. I would take it maybe to Diamond Max in its current state. There are some cards that would make it better if I had them, which I don't. So I'm just going to show you, and if you have the money or if you have the cards ready, then you can find a way to work these in. One is the Sulphiric Rain. And number 2, the Pyrrhic Incantation. I was going to try with these as well, but the Sulphiric Rain is like a over $100 card, so if you have it, great, but it's not really worth for me spending the money on it. And the Pyrrhic Incantation is great for dealing with big threats, especially like armor cards that you can't normally deal with your creatures. Anyway, so if you made it this far, it's a super long video, so thanks for watching. Next video, I'm going to be probably making a nature deck, because the nature regen looks so absolutely insanely overpowered right now. So I'm going to actually want to get on that and make a deck for it. Probably going to make a budget version and a more expensive version in case you have a little bit more or less money to spend. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.